Hi, I'm Mark Welsh. I'm head of partnerships here at Scholly and run the Onboarding Success webinars. It's the latest webinar that we're running. I see there's about 500 of you here in the webinar. Thanks for spending about 10 minutes with me to learn how to best win scholarships on Scholly. If you join later into the webinar, this is being recorded, so it'll be available on YouTube, and feel free to share with any of your friends that are also using Scholly so they can learn how to best win the most amount of scholarships and ones that they'll win. So first off, if you've been given a Scholly code by one of our partners, you do that through the website. There's a link below on how to register that Scholly link. But other than that, we can get started. I know there's some high school students in the webinar and current undergrads. It doesn't matter. Either way, there are plenty of scholarships for both of you. So you'll have the app in front of you, as you can see here. First, when you get into Scholly, you want to build your profile. Want to let you know that all this data that we collect isn't used to spam you, or we don't sell this data. We're really passionate about privacy and protecting all the information here. So the info that you provide is exclusively used to match you with scholarships. Always want to make sure that's clear. But as you can see, I put in my first and last name. You put in your birthday. Since I know most of you are around 18 to 20 years old, some a little younger, some a little older. You can see 99. You put in your race. Just to let you know, there are race-based scholarships out there, but a lot of them are about who you are as a person outside of your race and even outside of merit. You know, it's about, your unique background, special interests, outside of just GPA. You can see that some of you can put as students and parents. Majority of our users, maybe even like 98% of them, are students. So we have that marked here. You put in your gender. You put in where location you are. I'm in Los Angeles. When you put in your location, you'll be able to see certain local scholarships pop up that you match with, which is exciting. Also, another tip is you have to fill in each field on Scholly, or you can't go on to the next page. The university that you're looking to attend or college, just a heads up, if you're not at school already, like you high school students here on the webinar, put in the one you are likely to attend or the one you're most interested in. Again, you might see scholarships pop up specific to that university. Your grade level, the degree that you're seeking, studying, the major that you're looking to study. Just a heads up, a lot of people do ask me that, hey, I'm not sure what I'm going to study or major in right now. What do I do? Put in the one, again, you're most interested in. A lot of the scholarships have an essay component, so you're going to maybe have a scholarship that pops up about a specific major, and as long as you can write a passionate, honest essay about the interest that you're looking to study in, that's all that matters. And then you can see GPA, as I said earlier. There aren't as many merit-based scholarships out there as you may think. Again, it's who you are outside the classroom. But just in case, do put in your GPA, you might see a scholarship pop up or two. Another thing is need-based scholarships. A common question, and oh, by the way, if you do have any questions throughout this webinar, don't hesitate to put it in the chat box below. I'll get to questions at the end. If I need to slow down or anything, just put the comments in there. Or compliments on how great I'm doing. It's always appreciated. But anyway, need-based scholarships is a common question. Do I mark it or not? If you are in a need-based situation, definitely mark it. And then you'll see scholarships that will be labeled as need-based or not. And if you want to save those scholarships, you can always go back to your profile and say now, no, not need-based, and you'll see different scholarships. And hoping to win using scholarships, that your goal amount of scholarships that you're looking to get, I just put in 10,000. You can put in 1,000, 100,000. It's an easy way for you to keep track of how close you are to your goal as you start winning scholarships. Just want to let you know, though, that you're hoping to win and your goal does not determine what scholarships you see, so don't be nervous of what that number is. So you save it here, updated account information, and I had already filled out some stuff ahead of time just to save for time. But after you fill out your profile, you then go into your categories. So the categories here are really where the magic happens. This is where we're going to use over 700 different parameters of who you are as a person to determine what scholarships you're most likely to win. Either, as you can see, it's academic-based, extracurricular, financial, and personal. And we'll go to next here. So this is financial. You'll see a list of things, and you really want to mark as many things that apply to you. Are you a Boys and Girls Club member? Are you contributing financially to your own education? And all of these parameters you can see line up with one of the anywhere from 7 to 10,000 scholarships on our database. And the more parameters you click, the more you'll qualify for a specific scholarship, and that increases your chances of winning. Just we want to be as honest as possible here. Expected contribution, low income household, paying out of state tuition, really mark all that apply. Just spending 5 minutes through this category process instead of 30 seconds is maybe going to be the difference between winning 10s, 20s. We've had students win hundreds of thousands of dollars in scholarships. So, this it should be a fun, easy experience, but just spending an extra couple minutes in this process is going to, really make a difference in the impact. You can always go back to your categories and update it. I always recommend best practices, going a couple times a week, seeing if there's a new parameter that pops up, because our Scholly squad is really dedicated to making sure that new scholarships are added on a daily basis. So a new scholarship might pop up. As you can see here, that a lot of this information is not just who you are, but like your parents, child of, a certain job your parent might be determining, a potential thousands of dollars in scholarships you can win. And even that summer job you had in an Asian restaurant, as you saw up here, if you worked at Burger King over the summer, here it is. Or I always like to point out, I actually had a summer job at Walmart when I was in high school, and that Walmart job only paid me a couple $100. Where is it? But this scholarship, could be, I think it's around $10,000, which is amazing. There's certain family circumstances that you can mark here. There's over 250. You've been affected by certain diseases yourself, but this affected by can also be your parent or a close family friend. Certain things that you've gone through, but cancer survivor. It really, if you've experienced it and it's how you identify yourself, there's a really good chance that there's a parameter here to help you win scholarships. Anything, hemophilia patient, if you're homeschooled, as you can see here, it really gets detailed. And you always go back. You never know what a new scholarship might be. Certain medical, mental, physical factors, as you saw here in the above one, the things you've been affected by, any military affiliation. You don't have to mark what religion you are, but if if you're Christian, Muslim, Buddhist, however you identify and what religion you are, even if you're atheist or agnostic, there might be a scholarship out there for it. And again, here's special interests as well, anything from a chess player to a career in magazines. If you're looking to be a humanist, interest in economics. Again, if this applies to you and this is something you're passionate about, could write a great essay, mark it. It's only going to benefit you. If you're a member of a certain club, some of these acronyms I'm not familiar with, but if you're part of the club, then it's very much applies to you. Keep going. As you can see here, it's in alphabetical order, so it's a really easy way for you to determine if your parameters there or not. Sports, anything from as generic as you're an athlete to, a marksman to a member of a certain sports club or karate. And then volunteering. Volunteering is really important to us at Scholly. Is why it's important is because there's a lot of scholarships out there for certain levels of volunteering. Anywhere from the hours amount of community service that you've done to volunteering within a certain group like Teach for America. Academic, certain test scores that you apply for. As I said earlier, there's not as many merit-based scholarships as you might think, but they are there, so make sure to put some time in there. Even if you attended a certain university or high school, or you went to a Goddard school. Where's Goddard? Goddard's taken out, and that's actually it was a good thing that it wasn't there, because that reminds you as these parameters are only there if it's an active scholarship. So there was a Goddard scholarship that's not currently active, and the parameter goes away. In a couple months, when that scholarship is active again, the parameter will then go. So I filled out my parameters. This took me 4 minutes or so, and now you see a list of scholarships. Oh, it uploaded. So you're going to see a number associated to the left of the scholarship. That's your Scholly score. That Scholly score is based on how strong those parameters that you filled out about who you are connected to the scholarship. The higher the score, the stronger you're connected to the scholarship, means you have a higher chance of winning that scholarship. So a 10 means that's a scholarship that you're really strongly connected to. You have a good chance of winning that scholarship. That's very important. So you can save it by clicking the heart there. And you see the deadline, that's what that date is. And you want to go into the scholarship. You see View Now. It takes you to the scholarship. And right now at this moment, you have to go to the website of the scholarship to apply for it. Soon we'll be coming out potentially for a way for you to apply within Scholly itself and apply to multiple scholarships at one time, so be on the lookout for that. And then when you go back into Scholly, that's where it asks you if you applied for it. So you click yes if you did, and then you see your applied ones here on the top right. You can see I've applied to 3, and then you saw when I clicked the heart, it saved it. And so that deadline's not until the end of March. Don't want to get to it yet, so it's saved. And you still see your list of scholarships here. We say if you score a 6 or higher on your scholarships with your Scholly score, you do have a good chance of winning that scholarship. So again, I spent 3-4 minutes here filling out my parameters, and I see dozens of scholarships worth anywhere from $500 to $1,000, $2,000, $1,500. This really does add up. We'll see, every 3 scholarships sometimes someone student applies to that they win. We obviously see better numbers than that sometimes, or worse numbers. We've had students that apply to 30 scholarships and win over a dozen. So it really is, up to you of how much money you win, but we want to give you the best chance possible. We want you to spend time on the scholarships you're most likely to win. And so that's why that Scholly score is so vital. So I'm going to get to some questions that I saw here pop up while I was doing the demo. So I'm going to get to them now. How long does it take to find out if I've won a scholarship? Great question. It ranges, but can take up to 6-9 months sometimes. And we recommend being patient, continuing to apply to scholarships throughout the academic year. So the more you apply to, the more chances you have to win. And our most successful users, our users that have won 6 figures in scholarships, are the ones that apply to over 10 scholarships. Just to let you know, you will get push notifications here on the app of when new scholarships pop up that you score high with. So if you just have an 8 scholarship that pops up 3 weeks from now, you'll get a push notification on your phone that you can go in right away and apply to. Are there a lot of scholarships for current college students? All right, yes, I addressed this earlier in the webinar, but yeah, there's just as many scholarships here on the platform for current undergrads as those that are high school. Again, we recommend applying for lots of scholarships that are even $500. A $500, $1,000 scholarship really can make the difference, and we've really seen that. Another question, I'm considering going to graduate school in the spring. Are there grad school scholarships? Yes, there are. As I said, there's anywhere from 7,000 to 10,000 scholarships at a given time. For grad school, there are less, but we do see, up to a couple thousand still for grad school. All right, next question. What was it like being on Shark Tank? Unfortunately, I don't know. I personally wasn't there. It was our founder and CEO, Christopher Gray. I do know that Damon and Lori, who did invest in us, do stop by the office from time to time, and it's pretty cool to be around those sharks, but it's even cooler to be at Scholly every day and working with the team. Do you help us win scholarships or just find ones? Really good question. We have a lot of great blog content designed to help students do everything from winning more scholarships, writing best essays, other inside tips and secrets based off the data that we collect to give insight. If you visit myscholly.com/blog, you'll see those updated throughout the week. We do webinars like this pretty routinely, so be on the lookout for that. Some of the webinars specify on certain scholarships we have on the platform and how to win those. We're always doing success education to help the students because we're only as successful as you are with winning the scholarships. So really thank you for your time. Having 500 of you pop up here on a random, Wednesday afternoon shows you, really, how special Scholly is and how special you are. So thank you again for your time. If you have any questions that pop up, feel free to reach out. You can do it to me personally, mark@myscholly.com. Have a great day.